Hello and welcome back to Spoken Essays. I'm Harshal Vora and you're watching the live video where I figure out how to code. So without further ado, let's begin and let's see what I have from the previous projects. I will continue from the previous project, so nothing to worry about. So let's see. Let me share my screen. Right now the screen is stuck, so we'll have to change that. I'm not sure how Sony Music or any other service that owns this music will appreciate it, so I'll lower it. Okay, but we are good to go. Okay, let us continue with our relational database project of part 2, building a student database. Okay. I will soon need to charge this thing as well, so let me connect the charger. Okay, I'll have to wait for this to build. In the meanwhile, I'll take a short break and prepare some coffee for myself for the long ride ahead. So I'll join you in a few minutes, please. Thank you. I think it should be live by now, hopefully. So, yeah, I made a few calls of my own. Let's continue with whatever I was doing. Okay, yeah, it still hasn't completely loaded, so I should wait for a few seconds. In the meanwhile, I'll open this info.sh file. Oh yeah, we were working on that, weren't we? That took quite a deal out of us. Antecedent. Okay. Yep. No. Okay, that's good enough. I don't know whether we will. I think yeah, I'll split a terminal. Windows slash should. It didn't, but it should have split the terminal. Okay. Learn SQL by, yeah, so we are learning SQL here, and this is where I was previously. Okay, so that put the lowest GPAs at the top. Let's look at our database then. I'll connect to everything first. The command to connect to PSQL will require PSQL, a username which will be freeCodeCamp, and then the name of the database which will be students. As you can see, now we're connected to students. Okay, good enough. I'll also use this command just in case. So /student underscore info.sh, so that yeah, that works. I didn't want it to work at all, so I'll reset this thing so that whatever things we applied to here shall get reset, and we get a fresh database. Okay, good to go. Now we go, just a second, what is this? Yeah, that put the lowest GPAs at the top. Okay, so what did I'm going to refer to my reviews again to see what we did the last time. You can specify the order you want in the results by adding order by. Oh yeah, we did that. We were learning how to, we were using regular expressions and whatnot. Okay, so that put the GPS at the top. I do not know what the command is about, but that's okay. When using order by, it will be in ascending order by default, and descending at the end of the last query to put the highest one at the top. Ouch. And this does not have the last query, so I don't know what we are doing. And it won't most probably be related to this. Ouch. So in your script, very good. Then run the script, cool. There's 3 of them. Add another sentence like the other one that says this. Okay, very good. You can specify the order you want your results to be in your by adding the column. In the PSQL prompt review, view all the info in the students table in order by the GPAs. So first, that's what you did. Okay, so select क्या चाहिए, view all the info, that is asterisk all from students, order by GPA, right? Cool. So it showed me the details. Now the next part was that put the lowest GPAs at top. Did you do it? Did it? It did. 1.8 is the lowest GPA and empty is the highest GPA. No. 4.0 is the highest GPA. Okay. So now what do they want? Now I will go up again and change this to the level itself. Okay. Yeah, it did put the lowest GPAs at the top. When using order by, it will be in ascending order by default. Okay. And descending, DESC, at the end of the last query, which is here. So DESC, and I press enter. Now as you can see here, this is at the bottom, and if you scroll here, OB Hilpert with no GPA is first. Hilpert, sorry, not Gilbert. Okay, OB Hilpert, and 4.0 is the highest of Vanya, and as you can see here, Vanya was here, Vanya and Casares and whoever, and she is now here. I don't know if it's a he or a she, so let's not go into that. But yeah, that's what's happening. Next, now the highest GPS are at the top. Yep, they are. You can add more columns to the order by separating them with a comma like this. So order by this, then okay, any matching values in the first ordered column will be ordered by the next. View all the student info in the with the highest GPS at the top, and its alphabetical order, and in alphabetical order by first name. Yep. And as you can see here, now it will show us it will show data in an alphabetical order: C, D, then V, then next GPA for 3.9. So E first and then Sterling next, even if their ID is at the beginning, as you can see. Next, many times you only want to return a certain number of rows. You can add limit at the end of the query to only get the amount you want. View the students in the same order as the last command, but only return the first 10 rows. So we asked limit whatever results you come on. I don't know if it wrote that. It did. Okay. So limit how many? 10. And it limited that to 10 rows. So we will only see the first 10 rows of whatever the filter is, however it was filtered. Okay. Next, the order of the keywords in your query matters. You cannot put limit before order by, or either of them before where. Oh, I'm gonna love it when we go to hackathons. Oh, I will absolutely cherish it. Okay, the order of the keywords in your query matters. You cannot put limit. Right, my phone rang. Because it was on vibrate. That's why I didn't hear anything. I did call. Anyway, let's finish this first. Right. Okay, the order of the keywords in your query matters. You cannot put limit before order by, or either of them before where. Okay. So in the query that we saw here, limit cannot be written before order by, or either of them before where. So yeah, basically where comes first, and then order, and then limit, in that order. View the same number of students in the same order, but don't get the ones who don't have a GPA. A glitch in the matrix. I have to press enter and control L a bunch of once to get through that. Okay. So now I will filter the data. Where helps filtering with filtering data. So what do you want? But don't get the ones. So we don't want. Wait. Oh yeah, we learned about that. I think like and I like helped us with that. Empty rows. I'll have to go a little bit here. That contain and a. So where is the explanation of like? So there's a few that contain the word algorithms. We don't want that. With no GPA should be. Well, we do want like in that case then. I mean, if I use this GPA equals. Oh no, I need a condition. It's not. I mean, this is also a condition. I want something. Fine. GPA is greater than 0. That should also give us that value, but I don't want only 10. I want 28 rows. क्या चाहिए? The order of the keywords in your query matters. You cannot put limit view the same number of students, just same number of students, so it should have been limit 10 in the same order, but don't get the ones who don't have a GPA. Did this show people who do have a GPA? I don't think it did. It did not. I think they want me to choose use another query. I don't remember how to use like, so I will have to get a hint. Where is not null? Yeah, GPA is not null. Thank you. That's what I wanted to look out for. Yeah, that's some amazing weirdest glitches ever. Is not null. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Well, not really. I wasn't sure what I was looking for, so okay. Right, next. What time is it? It is 6:53. Okay, in your script, add the echo command to print the rows the sentence is looking for. So we have to fulfill this now. We understand how to work with these queries, so okay, course name of the first 5 courses. So we're working with courses here. Have I ever course names? Yes, so I'm going to select this line and I will edit the query. Excuse me, that was a good burp. Okay, course name of the first 5 courses. So first let me put a limit at the end here. Limit first 5 courses, so 5 in reverse alphabetical order, so descending DESC, so order by and DESC, so order by whatever it is, descending. What are we going to, so for that I need to also understand what the columns are, what the data looks like. Select everything from courses. Okay, so we have a list of these courses. We want for 5 of them. Course name of the first 5 courses in reverse alphabetical order that have an E in the second letter. What? Interesting. Just a second, I will be back. I have a message I need to respond to. I'm in a phone call too, but let's solve this thing, shall we? Okay, so now we have this database. This is what we're working with. Course name of the first 5 courses. So select course from courses. Wait, name only, right? No IDs. Okay, from courses where course is what? Achha. In reverse alphabetical order, so order by course descending. I don't know about limit 5. I will put it if I need it. That have an E as the second letter or end with an S. Achha. So for that we need a like and an I like statement for where. So instead of where course is this, I'm going to put this instead. Where course I like or course I like. Okay, now instead of this includes, so what do we want? E as the second letter. So underscore E, that's the second letter now, or end with an S. So end with an S. Good. I think that covers it, but it doesn't, so I'll also put that at the end of the statement. Limit to 5. I don't know if I will. Oh, I did pass this thing. As you can see here, this expression means a space which could be any letter and then the letter E. So at the beginning of whatever the entry is, if the first letter is whatever and the second letter is E, then you return it in the whatever thing we are returning. So if I run this command, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see here, we have web programming, web application, server administration, network security, and database systems. Pretty cool. Run the script. I did. Next. Okay, yay, they have that emoji, cool emoji. Okay, add another echo command at the bottom. So now we're going to look for something else. I can copy any echo command really, because I will end up changing this to something else. What does this say? Make this one say average GPA of whatever. Copy and paste. Now we'll learn how to work and find out data for this, but we are good enough for this step. Next. Okay, there's a number of mathematical functions to use with numerical columns. One of them is minimum. You can use it when selecting a column like this. Select minimum from I hope this doesn't disturb or get me claims from YouTube. Hopefully. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now I also have to take care of something now. I have a phone call. I'm sorry. I have to take a short break. When I come back, I'll continue with this. So sorry about that. back. Sorry about that. Something needed taken care of. I should have, yeah. Okay, so this is what we are going to work on now. Average GPA of all students rounded to 2 decimal places with SQL. Let's find out how to get that answer. Okay, so there's a number of mathematical functions to use with numerical columns. One of them is minimum. You can use it with when selecting a column like this. Select and minimum of whatever the column is from table. Okay, it will find the lowest value in the column in the PSQL prompt. View the lowest value in the GPA column of the students table. Very well. Select from okay, and now in lowercase I write first minimum uppercase, then lowercase uh, what the column is. What column do you want? Students table. So student, oh sorry, oh GPA column, sorry, lowest value of the GPA column. Got it. So minimum GPA from students table. As you can see here, now we have the minimum GPA. Cool. Or the minimum value. The same way we can also use max here. So if I use max, it would return the maximum value. Next, in the same fashion, use a sum function. So now we're going to look for a sum. I think next will probably be average avg. Okay, in the same fashion, use a sum. So sum function to find out use a find out what all the values of major ID column in the students table add up to. Okay, so we write major, ouch, I made a mistake. So first I'll have to write sum again, then parenthesis, and then major underscore ID from students. As you can see here, now we have the sum of all the major IDs. Cool. Average will give you the average of all the values in a column. Got it. The same thing, I think, use it to see the average of the same column. So instead of sum, now I write avg, and now we have an average. You can round decimals up or down to the nearest value with ceil, ceiling, and floor respectively. Ceiling for top and floor is for bottom. So ceiling is of course round up and floor is round down, for anyone who can't understand what they mean. Okay. Use ceiling to round the average major ID up to the nearest whole number. So that's how we do it. Number to round. Okay. Catch here. Use ceiling to round the average major ID. So what we get now, I'm going to do this. As you can see here, now we have a rounded up, so ceiling value round up to a number. Okay, next. Right. Oh, and thank you 3 viewers that are watching this video. Thank you for your support. Every viewer that is watching, I appreciate it. Or you can round a number to the nearest whole number with round. Oh, so it could be ceiling or so basically round calls either ceiling or floor based on whatever it is. Okay, you can round a number to the nearest whole number with round. Use it to round the average of the major ID column to the nearest whole number. Got it. So instead of ceiling, now we will round it, and it's done. So now we have 38. So yeah, this is what we are going to do to this thing. Okay, you can round to a specific number of decimal places by adding a comma and a number to round like this. Round whatever the number we are rounding and its decimal places. Round the average to 5 decimal places. So basically what we're doing is adding another argument here, and I write 5 here, and we pass. So now it will give me round down till the nearest 5 decimal places. Okay, digits. Okay, you should be able to find what your script is asking for now. Add the command to print it. Yes, I shall. Okay, so echo -e You know what, yeah, I'm going to use that. For which column are we taking now? Of all students. So let me take this one, this line, and I'll paste it. Now this will actually be very simple. Really, what do you want? All students. So all these where conditions, everything will go away. The only thing we'll need is select GPA from students. Now this is how we're gonna apply that. So I'll wrap that in parenthesis like this. So GPA has been written. Now kitne to two decimal places. So I'll put a comma and 2 here. Now I'll first wrap this to get an average of all the GPAs. Oh yeah, I didn't need to do that. Average of all GPAs, and then I'm going to wrap this in parenthesis, and I'll write round. So round average GPA of whatever it is. So round to 2 decimal places. Average GPA of all students rounded to 2 decimal places. Select round average. Now instead of major ID, I used GPA. What seems to be the problem? Let's think. Select this from students. So average GPA rounded to 2 decimal places. Let's try and write this here then. Instead of major ID, I instead write GPA. I will instead write GPA and round average GPA. As you can see here, now we have round GPA. Okay, good. Right. Now I'll also add another argument for 2 decimal places. As you can see here, this worked. So why did you not? Let's read it. Select, then space, round, and then open parenthesis, then average, then open parenthesis, then GPA, then close parenthesis, then comma, then space, then number 2, and then the close parenthesis, and then from, and then students. Maybe this is what's causing. No, that's not the problem. Think what? Am I missing a space maybe? Average, okay, apparently not. I had passed the test without ever knowing that I had. Interesting. Run the script to see the average GPA of all your students. Just a second, let me pour myself a glass of water. Well, a cup of water really. Okay. Nice. Okay. So I ran the script. As you can see here, the script has been run and it returns 3.9. The script has been executed, I could also say. Okay, next is what? So they're doing pretty good. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are doing pretty well really. Add another command. So now come on. So now we'll work on that. I'll have to wait a few seconds now. I think it will take a few more seconds probably. Let's play that song. Really, I like that. Lux Eterna. Okay, yeah, this seems to have been built. Cool. We have all the previous commands as well. Hopefully. Okay, they're doing pretty good. So now we add another line. So I'm going to paste that, and I'm going to now copy and paste this line here. Copy, and after the letter N, we go here and paste that. So I will pass the test. Run this please. As you can see, now I've passed the test and it's 62% complete. Good. Another function is count. I'm going to switch my position to this. This feels much better to code. Yeah. Another function is count. So now we're going back to the PSQL prompt. Another function is count. So now we're going to count something. You can use it like this: count whatever the name of the column is. So it will tell you how many entries are in a table for the column. So it's, if you think about it, it's length. So any object.length will return the list, the number of items are in an array. Yeah, something like that. Well, exactly like that. Okay, it will tell you how many entries are in a table for the column. Try it out in the PSQL prompt by using count asterisk to see how many measures there are. Okay, so you know what, I'll type this command out: select count asterisk all from what, which one do you want? Majors. As you can see here, we have 7 majors. In this prompt, this doesn't run the test by itself, but that's okay. Using the same method, check how many students you have. So instead of this, now I write students, and as you can see here, we have 31 students. Using the asterisk or all like that told you how many total rows there are in the table. View the count of the major ID column in the students table to see how many of your students have picked a major. So count major underscore ID. As you can see here, we have 23 students that have picked a major. Using major ID didn't count the null values in that column. Yeah, it didn't. 23 students have a major. Distinct is a function that will show you only unique values. You can use it like this. View the unique major ID values in the students table. So instead of count, now I will change this to distinct, unique, and we get our result. So one is the null value and the rest are the distinct values. There's 6 unique major ID values in the students table. Yep, you can get the same results with group by. Here's an example of how to use it. Select whatever the column is from whatever the table is and group them by whatever the column is. Use this method to view the unique major ID values in the students table again. So instead of distinct, now I'll change that. So cache major ID values from students, but now we will group them. Group by space, and what do we write? Students. That is incorrect. Why so? Students or major ID must appear in the group. You use this method to view the images in the wait, what do you want to group it by again? Acha, I think I have to group it by major ID itself. Yeah, got it. Cool. The output was the same as distinct, but with group by you can add any of the aggregate functions, minimum, maximum, count, etc. to it to find more information. For instance, I think this has something to do with our request. So major ID, total number of students in a column name. Oh, we have to find a bunch of things, right? Okay. Was the same as distinct, but with group by you can aggregate. For instance, if you wanted to see how many students were in each major, You could use select count from students major group by ID. View the major ID column and number of students in each major ID. Okay, so now view the major ID column and number of students. Okay, something weird happened to this prompt, of course. So major ID and what? Number of students. So I think student ID. Minimum, maximum and count. Yeah. Sorry, select count asterisk from. Acha वैसे. Okay. So select everything from students and group them by what? Major ID. I will read this instance again. If you wanted to see how many students were in each major, you could use select count asterisk from students. So let's do that. There is an error. What? Oh, I have to write count. Count all from them. Now we don't pass the test, of course, because we want to view not only the major ID. Wait, what? View the major ID column. So select, not this. I made a mistake. Count major underscore ID and count क्या चाहिए students, number of students in each major ID. Wait, what? Okay, I'm going to take a hint because I am not sure I understand what they're asking. You want to select two columns, major ID and count of all the rows. अच्छा ऐसा. Okay. So count asterisk and major ID of all the students and major ID as well. So major underscore ID comma space. Major ID and count of all the rows. As you can see, now we have that. So 8 students have not picked a major. 1 student has picked the major that has the ID 42 and so on and so forth. I'm going to read that again. So I want to look at the column major ID. So you will group the major ID column by this. Group them by major ID. And also show me the column called count that has been grouped by major ID. Okay. Right. When using group by, any columns in the select area must be included in the group by area. Other columns must be used with any of the aggregate functions. Max, average or count. View the unique major ID values with group by again, but see what the lowest GPA is in each of them. And that just, yeah. Dancing Queen, kya chahiye? So unique major ID values with group by the lowest GPA in each of them. Select ID from students group, but students and group them by what? With group by again. Oh, so yes, major underscore ID. I am going to need a hint. I do not understand what they're talking about. Yeah, the last query was this. You select minimum from and group by. Yeah, but what? Column 1, minimum of column 2, group by column 1. Achha. So we know the column 1 is this. Now minimum of what? Oh, that's what we're. Oh, okay. So minimum of GPA. Yep. So this major, whoever has not opted a major, their minimum values out of all the 8 students, this is the minimum GPA and so on and so forth. Nice job. Enter the same query but add a column that shows you the highest GPA. That yeah, those are so many glitches. But add a column, so the same thing, but we will now add also the maximum values. So maximum GPA, and of course so now we have minimum and maximum from each major. Another option is group by. With group by is having. Okay, you can add it at the end like this. Select whatever the column, whatever the table, what group it by whatever column. Having, so the condition must be aggregate, must be an aggregate function with a test. An example might be to use having count greater than 0 to only show whatever column is grouped that have at least one row, that has at least whatever column has. Use having to only show rows from the last query that have a minimum GPA of 4.0. So group by to only show rows from the last query that have a minimum. So I think we have to keep this as is. We will only append a few characters here. Having what that have a maximum GPA of 4.0. So count GPA. Okay. And greater than, have a maximum GPA of 4.0. So I think I'm supposed to use equal to. No, that is incorrect. What? Use having to show rows that from the last query that have a maximum GPA of 4.0. So now we have two of them. From each class. We're filtering data basically. So when I filter data, it sends a select query. It is amazing. Mind-boggling, really. Okay, two of your majors have at least one student with a 4.0 GPA. Looking at the results, the column is named minimum. You can rename a column with AS like this. So select column as this. Enter the same command but rename minimum column to minimum GPA. This will work with so when we create a program, so minimum to minimum underscore GPA. Done. As you can see, it has been renamed. Now the column has a better name. Enter the same command but rename the max to max GPA. And that has of course a syntax error because I did not intend to write it that way. As max underscore GPA. As you can see here, now it has been renamed from max to max underscore GPA. That's more descriptive. View the major ID and columns of students and number of students in each major ID in a column named number of students. That's more descriptive. View the major ID and number of students in each major ID in a column named number of students. Okay, I'm going to press enter. In a column the name क्या चाहिए वापस, view the major ID and number of students Mm, what? Okay. As number of scores, students. Yeah, that's incorrect because that's not what they want me to show. View the major ID and a number of students. So we're supposed to use oh yeah, this is incorrect. Let's try to understand what they're trying to say. View the major ID and number of students. So major and number of students. So count asterisk, but for which column? Oh, okay. This shouldn't be here. These will change. I'll remove max GPA thing as we don't need it. As number underscore of underscore students. Now I change this completely. I'll use asterisk to count the number of rows, and instead of minimum now I write क्या था count. So count asterisk. How that took a gasp out of me. No having. I think we'll group them by. Yep, we pass. Use having with the last query to only show the rows with the less than. Kyala. Having with to only shows the rows with less than 8 students in a major. Less than 8. Well done. Back in your script. Here add the command and print the suggested results. Cool. That's it. Okay, let's see what their commands are. Major ID, so we want to show major ID. Let me also copy a line. We're going to rewrite all of it anyway. Okay, so क्या चाहिए? From students will stay from students. Also refer to this query. Okay, क्या चाहिए? So major ID. Select what? First, I'll remove this. Major underscore ID. Select major ID. Total number of students. So count asterisk in a column named. So as number of. I guess we already wrote that in one of our scripts here, so I can reuse that. Select major ID, count or as number of students. देखने कॉपी तो करने दे यार भाई ठीक से. Copy. Cool. I'll paste that. What does this do? So major ID, total number of students in the column named the number of students, and average GPA rounded to 2 decimal places in a column named average GPA for. Okay, so that's a bunch of commands we need to write. Paste this first. So select major ID, total number of students in a column named number of students. So as number of students from, of course, students column, the table. Group them by major ID, of course, that's taken care of. And और क्या चाहिए? And average GPA rounded to 2 decimal places in a column. Okay, so another column. Average GPA. So average of GPA rounded to 2 decimal places in a column named average GPA. Let's at least finish that first. So I'm going to wrap this in parenthesis, comma space, 2 decimal spaces. So and we round it. Okay, so round it to 2 decimal places in a column named average underscore GPA. So I'll use as for that. First of all, I need to cut this. It shouldn't be here, it should be here, comma space, as avg underscore GPA. So average GPA for each major ID in the column. So student. Okay, for each. So now we are also going to use having for each major ID in the students table having a student count greater than 1. So basically we don't want to show the null values. No. What? I'm going to run this thing first. Yes, so we need to write having here. Group by major ID having what? For each major ID in the students table. Acha. So count major underscore ID greater than 1. I think we should pass this test now. Nope, we don't. I'm going to get a hint then. Of course, this is how you do it. Of course, if you run the script, the last echo statement should print this. Okay. Yeah. Chill. You previously used from students by having count. Yeah. So is that what you're looking for? Asterisk? No. Another hint, please. Add. So yeah, they're just giving it to us then. Select major ID, count as number of students, round average GPA up to 2 decimal places. Oh yeah, I have to write as to here, right? I forgot about that. I did not forget. I wrote that. Abe, Allah. Crazy. As average GPA from students, group by major ID, of course, having count all of them less than greater than 1. Next, run the script. I shall. The end looks like this. Okay, very cool. So add an echo command now. So now we add another statement which will probably get more complicated slowly. So list of majors in alphabetical order till this. Then making sure we don't mess anything up basically. Nope, instead I'm going to copy this. Allah, likha to sahi. Oh, I have already written it. Paste. Okay. Yeah. Now what? The majors and students table are linked with major ID foreign key. If you want to see the name of a major that a student is taking, you need to join the two tables into one. Here's an example of how to do that. Select all from table 1, full join, then table 2 on table 1 dot foreign key column, table 2 foreign key column. So in the PSQL prompt, join the two tables together with the above method. Okay, let's find out. So select all from table number 1 is, what do you want? कौन से tables करने हैं? Majors and students. So let's take major first, and we write full join what? Table number 2, which is students on what? So now we write table 1, which is majors dot catchy foreign key column. Now our foreign key column is to review our foreign key column, I need to do something. I'll put a semicolon so that it's considered invalid and I can refer to it. But first I need to understand what which foreign key they're talking about. So we go to majors. The foreign key is majors underscore courses. No. What? What? Table students constraint. Wait, what? That's the only foreign key I see. Referenced by majors courses. Acha. So majors is not referring to. Wait. But. Right. Because only students is. Students is referring to a foreign key major ID. Got it. So table 1's foreign key column would be this and equal to table 2 foreign key column. Yeah, I think I get the hang of it. But before I do, I'm going to press enter a bunch of times. Press Control L to clear the PSQL terminal, and now I refer to my select statement. Now I will refer to the syntax again. So select everything from majors, then full join students. I think I should write students here first, and here I should write majors on students dot major underscore ID equals table 2 is majors dot major. That has an error. Maybe I can solve it this way. Yeah, got it. So now what does this look like now? I'm going to resize this to understand what the table looks like. I will zoom this out a little bit more, and this is what the table looks like. We have all the students, their last name, whatever, and also their major. Cool. It's showing all the columns from both sides. The two major ID columns are the same in each row for the ones that have it. Yeah, you can see that there are some students without a major and some students without any students, some majors without any students. Yes, there are not. Okay, got it. It's showing all the columns from both tables. The two major ID columns are the same in each row for the ones that have it. You can see that there are some students without a major and some majors without any students. Yep, the full join you used will include all rows. I can zoom in now. You used will include all rows from both tables, whether or not they have a row using that foreign key in the other. From there you could use any of the previous methods to narrow down, group, order, etc. Use a left join to join the same two tables in the same array. Oh, I have to write use. Okay, so instead of full join, I think now we write left join. That means it's joined from the left. I will show you what that. I will look at it and understand what it means. So now we have that, right? What's the difference? We had from Ria to Emma and whatever. Okay, I'll look into this. I'll zoom out. Okay, will include all the rows whether or not they have a row using that foreign key in the other. From there, you could use any of the previous methods to narrow down group. Just let them to join the symbol in the same way. Okay, in the same way, they're joined in the same way. Okay, I'm going to zoom in again. Oh, that's too much. Got it. Okay. How much can you guys see? All of it. Okay. Right. Next, there's a few. Oh, we have 3 viewers today. Amazing. Thank you for joining, all 3 of you guys. Just a second, I have a phone call. Okay, I have a phone call. I'll be right back.